We have truces to the south. We have some truces over here. These are our subjects, though, which is pretty cool. And we are now setting our sights on Mesopotamia. Welcome back, everybody, to the Hellenic Empire here in Ante Bellum. I hope you guys have been enjoying the campaign up to this point. We are obviously going to Holy War, our former ally who does not stand a chance, as we have an army the size of his entire force limit over here. And I think... let me see here. We do have some rebels that are looking to fire, so I'll keep this 13 stack over here. I think for the time being, I will keep this army down here in Egypt as well, and we're going to head on over. I bet our subjects will be more than enough. So we do need to be mindful that we do have a bit of a coalition going. It doesn't look like it's actually going to grow, so that's the bright side. Now, once we take this mission here, we will get some money, which is nice, and all provinces in the Mesopotamia, which is, I assume, all the provinces required for this. Mesopotamia is the land between the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers, right here and here. So, pretty interesting stuff. But yes, the Fertile Crescent, very historical. They call it the Cradle of Civilization. Interesting history here. Of course, modern history, most of it revolves around, you know, Iraq and all that stuff, and, you know, Saddam Hussein, and of course all the craziness that came along with him and his life in that area. And of course you have American nation building exercises. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that, but either way, the part we're talking about right now is pretty cool. At least I think it's pretty cool. I would love to win this siege here. We are ahead of time on mill, so I'm going to barrage this wall here, hopefully win this siege, and then beat up on this 13 stack. Now that would be ideal. Doesn't look like we're going to get that kind of luck though. Yeah, instead they're going to come over and kill my vassals. Unfortunate. I should have scourged Syria. I'm actually going to scourge Syria right now, because what that's going to do is it will make it so we don't call them into wars anymore. All of our subjects are loyal now, which is great, and we are pretty close to annexing Syria. Now, if any of their provinces get occupied, it is going to stop. It pauses the integration, which is pretty annoying. And level 3, now I am working on getting some conversions done, so I think we're going to hold off on that. And let me check. Wanted to make sure I do have the extra missionary strength for my estates. I had gotten a comment about it on a video from a couple of days ago. I'm recording this on the 6th, though a few days past when you guys are going to be seeing it. So I do appreciate that. There's a big difference between making helpful suggestions and backseat gaming, and I appreciate the helpful suggestions. So here you can see Macedonia is 40, Wallachia is 60. So what you do is you give it to Wallachia, and then they will hold on to our forts, which is much more useful than me, because they get a giant bonus, the defensiveness there. So now this province here, we're gonna have to siege that back. You see it did not make the tick of progress there. Let those guys head over here. Oh, of course the AI is always faster than the player. You got to remember that, guys. That's a very important aspect of this game that you have to remember. The AI is always faster than you. There's nothing you can do about it. Luckily for us, we have... oh, shoot. They're actually looking pretty good. We got to remember we don't have militarization anymore, and apparently I don't have a general in that army. Goodness gracious, that's a little embarrassing. Let's occupy my subjects province back here. It looks like that little army there just got wiped out, which is incredible. And I think we can just speed 5 the rest of this war. Now, obviously, in this war, I'm going to take everything I have claims on. And we very well may take a couple of extra provinces for strategic importance, as far as like this fort here in Karamabad and that sort of general vicinity. There's some pretty useful stuff there. Okay, I don't care about their rebels, especially peasants. They don't really mean much to me. Though I suppose I could come over and help them out. They are on a fort. Let's get another general there. Just got to keep an eye on these subjects in Sicily. Yeah, they're gonna fire. It is what it is. We'll handle it when the time comes. Looks like Hormuz is over here sieging down Jerusalem, so let's have my consort head on over there. As long as we can keep them separated, you know, don't let them group their armies up in the giant doom stacks, then we should be fine. Like, I'm really not worried much about what they're doing here. Very good. This is mountains, but Hormuz does not have the chutzpah to put up a fight there, which is great. Now let's have you guys head up here as well, and then immediately have to head back over. Luckily, our forts are protecting Sicily, so whenever those rebels inevitably fire, we will be able to handle them accordingly, which is fine. A 302, Irene. You know what? I'm going to say a respectful no. I guess my prestige is going to have to be low for a while. It is what it is, you know. Nobility cannot be bought, though. 3 stab is always appreciated. And let's make sure we are continuing to convert, of course. Shift consolidate. Go in and beat them up. They're going to reinforce a bunch. This might actually be a loss for me. What are the Nizrids doing? Conquest of Hiss and Kaifa. Oh, right. They still have an exclave up here. I forgot. Syria is disloyal. Let's royal marry them. We'll keep them loyal. If you royal marry, it's a +5 to your relation or to your loyalty. So that's pretty useful. We converted a province for our peeps. So I think that means we get a level 3 guy half off. Absolutely we do. Heck yeah, we do. I think that's fine. Now, ideally, we would get a defensiveness guy. Or not defensiveness, a discipline is what I was trying to say there. Now, we do need to make sure my subjects win that siege up here. I don't care about the Nizrids, not in the slightest. But you can see now that they're not occupied, we are making progress on integrating them. Yep, I'm going to put my cannons up here. And just make sure we win the siege. There you go. Give it to Wallachia. Sicilian separatists, right, to be expected. I forgot about that. Let's have you guys boat bombed over here. That is fine. That's 11 to 14. We should be good. Usually separatists are not the best army quality. We should be okay. Now, you guys better not siege down my province here. Now, the Saracanids, they're in a coalition against me, so we're not going to be able to separate peace them. We're just going to be chilling. All right. Yeah, we're good. All right. Now, I will use these guys to come on over and suppress. Now, are they all the same? No. They're different types of rebels. It looks like we're okay. I'll just keep them over there to suppress in the vicinity there. Have these guys head over here. Now, the Persians they're done. They're gonna be tapping out here very quickly. Let's get a general teleported on you. No, let's actually hold on a minute. I want to keep my siege guy on just teleporting him around. It would probably be reasonable for there to be like a kind of a Hoi 4 sort of style where there's a cooldown where you don't get the bonuses from your general for like a month or something like that after switching them over. It does sound like it. I mean, I think that's reasonable, but I don't know. On the other hand, I really do like teleporting my generals around, so. Yeah, these guys are down here. Now, see, they have really good defensiveness here. Goodness gracious. Take a look at our subject down here. Look at that, 57-day siege ticks. That's a base race that I think I'm willing to put up with, even though ours are pretty bad here as well. Meanwhile, his war exhaustion is going up, though, so it is what it is. Oh, the Saracanids can be separate peaced, even though they're in the coalition. Okay. Sounds good. Well, let's go ahead and get them full occupied real quick, and then we'll head down and get those guys off that fort. Obviously, we don't want them there. And the reason why is because I want to 100% the Saracanids to prevent them from joining my coalition while also taking all their money, because why not? Why wouldn't we take all their money, right? Stab cost, I don't care. I'm at 3 stab. They have really good defensiveness. Goodness gracious. What are their ideas here? They have espionage and defensive. Does that give extra fort defense? They also have the fort defense in their ideas. Fort maintenance on border with rival, land force limit, and land maintenance. Those are both pretty solid. Saracanids seem like they're a pretty decent vassal there, or they would make a pretty decent vassal. So they gave up the siege on Karamabad. Now these guys are going to get pieced out. Break your alliance with Persia. There you go. Easy enough. Nice long truce with them, so we don't have to worry about them being annoying jerks. Now we have plenty of admin to spare. We're working on our next idea group, or we're going to be. And what is it going to be? Trade is always a good choice, but trade is always, it's literally always good. Trade religious gives missionary strength and goods produced. Professional gives ship trade power propagation. Religious economic gives production efficiency and trade efficiency. That's an admin. So they're both admin idea policies. Do we have any admin policies? We do not. Now, that's something that's nice to consider whenever you're considering your army. So we did drop our professionalism or our militarization. So it might make sense to try to go the route of like a quality or an offensive. I'm always pretty keen on offensive. And let's see here. We have no individual bonuses to our armies here. So eco-offensive gives extra discipline, I recall, right? Where are we at here? I'm scrolling down. Religious gives missionary strength versus heretics and religious unity. Eco gives artillery combat ability. That's not bad. I definitely don't hate that. I know quality eco gives extra discipline. Religious gives morale and siege ability. Let's go quality for our next idea group. Yep, that sounds good. So with that being said, right. Oh shoot. Okay. Well, we'll do that eventually here. Let's see, 1444. Let's get rid of those guys and see if we can get started here on oh nice. Get started on saving up some mill mana. One of my favorite provinces in the whole game, if not my favorite province in the whole game, Shat. Shout out Shat, great province. 424, you will do. You will do. 10 points. Not the best spread, but at least we got some mill mana. We just need Theoclea to live for a while because, man, anybody who's watching my Russia campaign, we have had some bad luck. I had 2 rulers back to back who were decent stats die with like within like 2 years of being ascending the throne while being like in their 20s. Early 20s, if not their teens, I don't recall. So their capital's up here in Tehran, so let's come on up here. Let's have those guys head over there. And our unrest is pretty solid. The only place we really have them is over here, and I'm not too worried about that. An army career, we should... Are we still maxed out on army tradition? We are, so we don't worry about the army tradition. I can actually lose it, take the professionalism, which is great, and this will still tick up within like 3 or 4 years. We'll have it back all the way up, which is great. All right, now this war, this is what we want at the very bare minimum. This is a marsh and this is mountains. Okay. Now this province would communicate here. I'd have to build another fort out this way to communicate. Actually, I think we'll take like this province here and this province here. And then let's take a look. I don't know what all we'll be able to take with war score. Okay, this is totally reasonable actually. This is totally reasonable. I'll build a fort here and a fort here, and then probably one in like Basra. And that will protect this entire area from getting invaded. How does the AE look? Pretty bad, but it's only with a few people who I don't really care about. So all in all, that's a definite win for us. Now, we have the ticking war score from showing superiority. We have his capital, and there you go. We have the peace deal we're looking for. Abso-freaking-lutely, man. You'll love to see it happen, folks. Let's go ahead and yoink this development from Basra. Pour it all up, and obviously that delays us, but this is for the rest of the game, so I think we are okay to just click it right now. A little bit of extra money, and let's make sure it doesn't show up on the trade thing, but right here, Fertile Crescent, I assume it is... Yep, okay, so it is literally just these provinces that we had the claims on for that war. Reasonable, totally reasonable. So march on Persepolis, which will give us a mill mana. Ooh, and 150 mil. Okay. Prestige decay and discipline for 25 years. That is very solid. All right. That also gave us some claims on here, which is pretty good. Oh, right. These guys are Zoroastrian, so we don't need to worry about them as much. Right. We're not going to do that. It's funny. I got some comments asking me if I was going to convert. No, we're not going to convert. That would be very silly, honestly. All right, let's get these guys off those forts. Now, we will build a fort here in this Arbil province, and that will actually communicate with this one here in Amida, and so we can get rid of this one in Mosul, which is drylands, swapping it out for one with highlands. So those are some solid trades, I'd say. Let's get up to Baghdad. I guess we're going to fight his rebels for him because I'm a good guy. Pour that up. It's going to take a minute to core because it's not an accepted culture or anything like that. Obviously, we plan to convert it before we trade company anything. And we probably will trade company this stuff over here. It's pretty easy to get a merchant from Basra. And this is quite a bit of trade power that we could be robbing from over here. That we could be steering this way. Speaking of, we do need to definitely get some merchants here. I think there could be an argument to be made for going trade ideas. I just, you know, I kind of want to do some mill ideas. I think mill is just a fun thing to do, right? So we'll go mill. These guys, our truce is up. It is already up? Yeah, it's already up. These guys are in our coalition. So I think what I'll do is I will wait until they leave. We definitely need to get an army off the ground. So let's have you guys conform to this template. Right. We'll wait on some. Right, all these conversions are really helping out with our prestige, which is nice. See what I did there? Nice. Okay. Say we get building a few more manufactories here. Oh yeah. Now what I'm doing is I'm looking for provinces that are giving us good value, specifically provinces that have good trade goods. Like this one here is a very solid trade good. So we'll get rid of, for example, the fort here because we don't need that anymore. I'll build a manufactory instead. Manufactories have the best return on investment of the entire game. They cost a ton of money, but in the long term, they pay themselves off and then some. Now, do I have the mill unlocked? I do not recall. I don't think I do. I do. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Is that a church here? Yep. Get rid of that. Oh, wait. Okay, apparently I don't. Wish that tooltip told me that there without having to explicitly check. Yeah, we're not going to get it for a minute. That's okay. Let's build one more of these guys here. What is this? Cloth as well. All these cloth provinces, as well as the silk. Oof, we should probably build it in the silk as well, because silk is actually even better than cloth. We'll make it happen, though. We're going to get integrated on these guys. We're going to deal with our rebels. So we're just going to lay low for a little bit. I'd say that was a nice little bit of conquest, don't you think? Look at that player map mode. You love to see that. Man, such a nice color as well. I can't be the only person who thinks that that color is absolutely chef's kiss perfection, right? Right, and if I want to save up on Millman, I should probably just, you know, get an advisor here. So yeah, these are both so good. I can't pass that up, honestly. But I do need to get a better guy. Ayyubids. Yep, they're gonna fire. Syria will be integrated very soon. Our governing capacity is like completely not an issue at all. Meanwhile, we're getting all this court up. I didn't even realize that it was like the perfect amount of aggressive or overextension. I didn't even look at that number. Calculated. You know, it's because I'm an absolute veteran of this game. I know everything about the game, and if you disagree with me, it's because you're mad because you're bad. Go write a blog post about it, you know? No, I'm just kidding. Or am I? No, I am just kidding. But what if? Maybe. Haha, just kidding. But like, hypothetically speaking. Printing press is spawning here. It will be here in 9 years. That's quite a long time. Well, I suppose we could put some dev cost here. It's pretty cheap. A couple of mana there since we were ahead on that tech, and there you go. We'll be able to take the tech right about on time. 4 years. It might be pretty close, but we also get some better, you know, goods produced here in our province here. Look, so take a look. Nicaea produces silk. How much of the world's silk? Over, well, almost 10% of the entire world's silk just comes from Nicaea. And you have to remember, there's a ton of silk in northern India as well, right? Look at that. We only have a few of the provinces, so we're getting quite a good bit of output over here, which is nice. And we're continuing to convert everything. Of course we are. Oh, so good. So good. I love it. It's helping keep our prestige nice and high as well, which is obviously an issue, you know? Yeah, these two guys being half off is like super clutch for us. Damn, I really hate the idea of this guy being... All right, perfect. Oh my gosh, he's not an accepted culture. That would be like best case scenario is we get a guy who we can, who would decrease the cost of our armies. All right, I guess a morale guy will do, and then we'll just get him upgraded to level 3. Oh, right. What is this? Stratocratic government? Where does that come from again? Military advisor cost, huh? All right. Hey, that's from a reform, isn't it? No. Here we go. We got all kinds of great reforms. You already know I'm thinking about the States General. Such a sucker for the States General. Upgrade this guy one more time just to, you know, maximize how much we're getting here. Everybody's spawning on the forts, which is great. Continue converting everything because we're pious. We must make the map mode look even more blue. Very important, right? Very, very important. At least to me, it's very important. But now you can see we can indeed embrace the institution. So what we're going to do is we're going to save up our monies after I upgrade this guy, of course. And that's just because for the mana. Now you'll see we'll be able to take this tech and then have plenty of mana left over to start working through these ideas. Because the more ideas we have, the better it's going to be for us in the long term. There you go. Now I will build a fort here. I know I said I was going to. Just waiting on these cores to finish up. Now I'm going to get rid of this one. We don't need it. And I am going to get rid of this one in Mosul as well. So we'll build one down here in Mushasha. Or Basra, rather. Yeah, this is coastal. So we'll get rid of that church there. And we will build... Come on now. Get out of there. We will build a fort. Buildings are so cheap. It's crazy. And in a couple of months, we'll build another one here that will communicate with this province here and here. So it will communicate with this fort and this fort. And then this fort will communicate with this fort. And we'll have the perfect zone of control. Don't you guys love that? I love it when everything works out exactly as intended. Now, I could also partial state this stuff. I'm not going to full core it because I want to convert it before I add it to the trade company. I don't actually want the land cored up. Though we might. I mean, the production efficiency is pretty good. I mean, shoot. We're going to be well ahead of time on admin as well. I don't know. But the merchants, that's the main thing. I do want the merchant, but... Decisions need to be made. What do you guys think? Do we core it up? Or do we trade company it? I'm open to suggestions in the comments below. Here we go. There we go. All right. Yeah, I think the production efficiency and dev cost was definitely the right move. Speaking of, let's make sure we switch these guys back over to trade power. And do we have any other ones? Yeah. Let's turn you off. Turn you off. Let's turn these guys all on missionary strength. Make sure we are getting our money's worth out of these provinces. These guys are all converted, which is great. So now, is this all stated? This is all stated down here. Okay. Because I guarantee I could get a missionary from down here. Right. Actually, because our capital's in Anatolia, we can't trade company this. Never mind then. I know we could move our capital over here to Byzantium. We could. I don't know. If we have the governing capacity, there's no downside to stating it. Knowledge sharing from Saluzzo, huh? Let me see here. Do I need it? Not really. No. It's spreading pretty quickly, especially in the high dev provinces. The only two provinces I really need it in are here. And then you can see there's a couple of provinces around here. This one's already present. So it's spreading. It'll spread pretty quickly, honestly. So I think we're okay. We may end up needing to take out some loans to pay for the embracement. And that's totally fine with me. Oh, right. We just stated all this stuff. Interesting. Yeah, these are the decisions that need to be made. We'll probably just take out a few loans. It's not a big deal. We can go indebted to the burgers. That will allow us to embrace it right now. Oh, shoot. I probably should have waited. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, no. It was 30. Okay, we're good. But now look at that. We can take our idea, and we're going to go with quality, like I said. And we have almost enough to take the first idea. Isn't that crazy? I love that. I say we start phasing out our cav. Yeah, we're almost to mil 16. Not quite there, but I say we don't really worry about our cav anymore. We probably won't build any more cavalry. We're almost very close to annexing Syria, which is a great thing to end the series, the video on. I will core everything up over here. Look at that governing capacity jump. But now look at our income. It's going to go up quite a bit as well, because remember, the 20% production efficiency is going to be extremely useful over here. Now, there's probably quite a bit. It's actually not that bad. I think production efficiency, goods produced is affected by religion. So that's why you want to convert that. But trade companies, disregard this. But now, each month, this province is making this much from production and producing trade value of 0.1. Half off trader, very good. Always like having one on deck. This guy's 48, so we got a little bit of time. But yep, I think we're going to finish up this annexation. And we're going to call the episode. So guys, if you are enjoying the campaign and you'd like to show your support, leaving a like is very much appreciated. It is the best way to support my content. If you do like it, I would appreciate that quite a bit. If you haven't already joined the Discord, I have a Discord, a subreddit, a Twitter. They're all linked in the description below the video. It is the best way to get involved with my community if you are looking for some friends. Oh yes, look how much more trade power we have now. 34 ducats a month from trade. All those guys finished up. Look at that. Production 51, trade 35. And I still get people that backseat game telling me that I shouldn't be exploiting tax. Mad cause bad. That's all I got to say, right? That's all I've got to say. Mad cause bad. Now, Ilkhanate is releasable. I am not opposed to releasing an Ilkhanate because they are incredibly, incredibly powerful. So I am not opposed to that at all. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how you guys feel about a possible Ilkhanate vassal. Our truce with these guys will be up in October of next year, and we will need to attack them. So if you guys haven't already supported me on Patreon, consider doing that. Link is in the description below the video. And that is all I've got for you for today. Welcome to the Fold Syria. This is Chewyshoot, and I will catch you guys later.